Good evening and welcome back on my channel. Now then, for my bone token holders, I got you a banking update. This one you do not want to miss. Shib Army. It's a banking one. Sit back, enjoy, and I let the Shib Army take over. Boys, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Look, I have a lot of SHIB and not very techno orientated, but I am like a trader and an investor. So I've been watching SHIB and I've been, I have to say, I've been very disappointed in the situation regarding burns or appreciation of the SHIB token. In fact, I think that it's been the a way for the developers to accumulate wealth and yet build new projects which don't appreciate the actual original token that is creating more tokens. And I understand there's the planned bone leash and treats coming and so on, but it all seems to dilute the original purchases of SHIB. There's nothing that seems to appreciate SHIB, and new projects don't burn for SHIB. And it seems to me that the financial gains seem to be going one way, which is to the developers, especially with the Eternity game. So that's my question. Is I don't really understand where the SHIB developers are trying to take SHIB itself. Could you comment on that?
So, well, I've got a few things to say about that. I mean, the key here, and shoot me for saying the wrong thing, but it's not just burns that are going to make this happen. It's going to be mass adoption. And the way you have mass adoption is you have a functional ecosystem that, generates the opportunity for people to do things like have a metaverse or what have you. And mass adoption is getting people in the world to understand decentralization, get through the security problems, let's get the forms of payment blockchain with Satoshi's vision when Bitcoin was started. Let's utilize this technology that is a paradigm shift. And as the world comes in, we teach them so they can embrace it as well as we go through this paradigm shift. And I think SHIB will benefit, not advice, but it's the brand name.
Thank you for that, Coach. Oh, go ahead, Lefebvre.
Yeah. Okay, it's all right. Okay, cool.
Yeah, if it's all right. So I want to make clear first off, like we're not SHIB, right? We are in the community, and we are of course working with their token and with their of course their native token and of course on Shibarium. So we can't necessarily speak for them or on their behalf. I know that a lot of the community has kind of taken the ownership of addressing burns when and where we can. But I think, burns are not necessarily the only issue. Like Coach mentioned, mass adoption is just as important, if not more so. But looking at burns, think about the quantity here, the supply of SHIB that exists today, even after all of the burns over the past year or two, we're still in the hundreds of trillions. Just 1 trillion is a number that most people can't even wrap their head around. This is such a massive quantity. And so I would never expect for burns to be a short-term solution, but more so of something that we will continue to do over time. And it might be, I mean, this is personal opinion, but it might be a decade before that becomes a number that to a relevant point gets changed through burns. That's a lot of SHIB. But we are, as the community, we're taking the opportunities that we can to hit whatever burns we can, and many other projects are doing the same thing. So I can't speak for the developers on what the goal is there. I know that they at least support the idea of burning, and I'm told, and it looks like in Shibarium, there, based on transactions, there are still burns integrated there as well. But I mean, that's definitely not a be all end all solution for the quantity problem that we have today.
Yes,
Thank you.
okay. Yeah,
Hold on here. I think Calvin J's got his hand up. If you want to add something, Calvin J, go ahead.
Absolutely. This will be for Left Brain and Coach, simultaneously. Hopefully, everyone doesn't all speak at once. But via the co-op, while on the Shibarium network, can I use SHIB tokens to purchase NFTs?
Yes. Well, it depends on the contract, of course. With the Shib Dream contract, with the co-op contract, those collections were made to be purchased with Shib.
Absolutely. Coach, would you like to add input on that?
Oh, that was something that we really, in our meeting said that we wanted to do, was to be able to integrate SHIB in the contract. And as Left Brain said, when we were on Mint Night, he was freaking out, like, oh boy, this is new and this is hard, but he got it done. So it was a goal, and we were really glad to achieve that goal. And obviously, as others want to do projects, we have, so to speak, a template for, at the very least, using SHIB and Bone. So yeah, trying to get it in the ecosystem, and there's a shortage of SHIB right now, and so that's one thing you can utilize that swap for, and that's what we're seeing happen. People selling their SHIB for Bone. Again, as a trader, I watch price action, but that was a big thing to make it possible to, and even to help, like what you're saying, Rogue, is give SHIB an opportunity to be something that people buy and use to do transactions in the crypto world. So it was an important thing that we felt, and an important goal that we set, and an important milestone that we hit when that happened. And so if somebody else has NFTs and wants to take SHIB, then come to us and take a number, please.
Appreciate you answering those questions. And is there any additional ways I can utilize SHIB tokens? Rather if it's co-op swap, rather if it's multiple NFT projects. Is there a use case for SHIB tokens?
So the first thing that comes to mind to me outside of co-op, I believe the Mantra protocol does support listings of assets to be purchased with NFT. We are within the co-op. We are continuing to build utilities, because, in my opinion, there aren't enough yet. But whenever we get to the point of having the jobs board, whenever we integrate the launch pad, we do intend to support purchases, trades, and SHIB for really everything, anything that we can, we will. We see no reason not to. It is the namesake of what we're doing here, the namesake of the chain that we're on, and it would not make sense to me to not incorporate utility for SHIB.
Absolutely. Coach?
There's coins or tokens in the ecosystem. So, do your own research, obviously, and keep close eyes on those things. But there will be trading opportunities as more and more things come available. And again, just it's new. I mean, we're like a month in, maybe a month and a half. Feels like years. But, people continue to build use case scenarios utilizing the Shibarium blockchain to do transactions in Bone and Shib and native tokens and metaverse and all of that thing. The big thing for me is the gas problem is solved, at least for now. And so, I can do smaller transactions or multiple transactions. Again, trader mentality. I can do 100 transactions for $1, right? So that's a big thing for me on a personal level. But for the whole community, yes, we want to utilize all the tokens that are true SHIB tokens, basically, and do our research with anything that's not.
Beautiful. Lastly, and I'll digress. As far as those who are, thriving to see more burns, we have experimented. We have reached a verdict as a community in a very healthy, organic way, very organized way. And we reached a verdict of how to burn SHIB that was either accumulated or transferred within Shibarium. And we were instructed to bridge to the parent network, which is Ethereum, to burn. But that experience in itself, you all would technically have been the first NFT project to burn on Shibarium. But we reached technicalities. Can we speak on that experience for those who might have missed that episode of SHIB? And just to clarify for the audience, for anyone who aspires to burn SHIB, how to properly do so.
Oh, Left Brain, are you talking? We might have lost you if you are.
I think he's rugged here.
Okay, yeah, I think I see him speaking, but I don't hear him.
So bottom line is if you burn while you're in Shibarium, it's in the contract. It's like a layer 2, call it wrapped SHIB. So if you don't bring it back out and get it back into the ETH circulating supply, that basically doesn't count. So, we learned that the hard way, but luckily early and with low amounts. So for the time being, yes, if you're going to burn, bring it out. And if he's able to speak, he'll speak a lot more technically than I will. But that was part of the early learning experience that needed to happen.
Yeah, I think I might have it fixed now. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, all right, good. It's definitely clearly a topic that a lot of people have differing opinions on. For the moment, the accepted answer is that you do need to bridge back out. There is argument to be made that the goal is to take it out of circulation. The question is, we as a community, what do we consider out of circulation? Today, it is the dead wallet on the Ethereum blockchain. Now, knowing as a developer looking at the problem here, I can say that given the right situation with the bridge contract, there is potentially a scenario where burns from Shibarium can be mapped and matched on the Ethereum network. And then there are also, of course, another potential solution of just monitoring wallets on both sides, but that creates a level of complexity that we shouldn't expect, for example, Shibburn to adopt and support. So there may be other solutions presented down the road to allow for an easier way to facilitate burns because yeah, we've had this discussion internally. We believe that it's an extra step, of course, right? To bridge back to Shibarium just to burn. You're now creating gas fees and transactions that may not necessarily be necessary. And so we, as a community, could continue looking for alternatives, and I believe that there may be some available. So we'll see how that evolves over time. But for today, and I wouldn't tell anybody otherwise, for today, the accepted solution, if you're going to burn, bridge back to Ethereum and burn there.
Crypto Queen, any final thoughts here for the co-op?
Nope, great interview, guys. Just proud of you.
Thank you, Crypto Queen. And co-op yourselves. I don't want to hold you up tonight. I'd love for y'all to hang out and talk some sheep with us. But if you have some final thoughts here, please go ahead.
Well, real quick, yes. Final thoughts here is, the first space we were ever on was the recap. So, tip our hats, bow, whatever it is that we need to do to be thankful or grateful that you guys have run this space for so long and helped bridge research. Well, not, you have to do your own research. This is my personal Coach George go-to place on Sunday where I have to come to find out all the things that you guys do such a good job of gathering information on. So kudos to the recap.
Well, kudos to you guys. Go ahead, Crypto Queen.
I was just going to say, while you are mentioning that, Coach, that you wouldn't believe how big our actual DM group, our community is that put these news articles together every week. We have a huge group of folks from within the Shib Army that send articles to us, and then we kind of curate them and pick out the ones that we're going to cover. But yeah, it's definitely a group effort, and we're so thankful to have those folks in the community who are dedicated to doing this and helping us.
Yeah, big shouts out to the DM group, and also cannot thank the community enough when it comes to the recap, because I'm definitely in my spare moments trying to find a little bit more information. And the benefit of following over 11,000 people is I can usually just scroll and catch all the latest information. I got a few people's notifications on too. Just that I know are going to release some info and that type of thing. Also, but yeah, it's that, and I get tagged and stuff, and I get DM stuff and everything on top of that outside of the group. So, yeah, there is no recap without the community and your efforts out there. And dream comes to mind, of course, with ShibaArmy.co, but many others, too many to name. That also are sharing a lot of good sheep info that we appreciate too as well. So yeah, thank you all. And I've been fascinated with this project since the first time. Well, probably not the first time I heard Coach, because I remember Coach from the night shift. But when he came up and first was just generally speaking about the metaverse and things like that, it was such a beautiful thing. And I'm not gonna lie, Lads is probably my top project, but I definitely have considered it a 1A, 1B thing, and the B is the co-op, because I think it's probably the most, out of all the community projects, probably the closest tied to utility wise, exactly, that incorporates itself into the Shiba ecosystem with everything. So yeah, it's a beautiful setup. I go on the sheepcoop.io and check out the lands and everything, and it's very easy to kind of understand and play around with that tool. And I am not the sharpest tool in the box, I'll put it that way. So if I can get a good idea of what's going on, and I'm not an expert at it by any means, I think anybody can do it. And to see these developments also to flourish from just that tremendous amount of group think tank in there. Now that you're seeing a swap, now that you're seeing mints, now that you're seeing knows what's coming up the road, and just looking at the core of it is with the metaverse, and that ability is just beautiful in itself. So, no, it's definitely our honor to have you, and you guys are always welcome. Even if we got an interview, if you got something breaking you want to talk about, we'll make the time. We'll just go longer. We'll figure it out. But you're always welcome, and hopefully we'll hear back from you guys again. Appreciate y'all.
You will. And I did post a link on our pinned tweet, which basically is a link to our Discord. A lot of people use Discord. A lot of people use Telegram. So for, call it individual attention, so to speak, or group help, by all means, come to the Discord if you have questions on things. Our team does a really good job of support, so to speak. And that's what we all are trying to do. Peace.
Do you guys have a Telegram?
Not really, no. I'm learning how to use it, going into some of the others, and when they get 30 hours in a day, then I'll have time to do that as well.
I will say this, and I just learned this weekend. Just create one and get that URL, because somebody out there is sheep vendor right now, and I'm not happy about it. I thought the username covered it when I first got on Telegram. I had no clue, but I was poking around there on some security stuff. Somebody has suggested to me last week, I believe, one of our guests on here might have been Shiba Punks or Chewy Swap. I think it was Chewy Swap. But I went in there and did that, and then I realized I didn't have the URL. And I went to search my name. It was like taken. I was like, oh, that sucks. So if you happen to be on Telegram and you see a sheep vendor, that is not me. The username is me, but my handle is ShibNeo out there. So that's just my only personal one. Even if you don't use it, because I barely go in. I'll literally go into somebody's Telegram once a week and just say hi. But yeah, it's just one thing I would suggest in terms of that. Of course, not financial or social media advice, but again, we appreciate you guys. Left Brain, did you want to leave us with any final thoughts? Oh, Left Brain gone.
Yeah, I think we lost him.
Oh, okay, no worries. Well, big shouts out to Left Brain. Appreciate all the explanations and information and everything, and answering questions. We even got one probably not so co-op related, and I handled that beautifully, I thought. But yeah, if you guys don't have anything else, like I say, we'd love to have you hang out. If you got stuff to do, I understand, and that type of thing. But appreciate y'all coming up and giving us the latest grades on, I believe, the number 6 swap already on there, the sheep co-op swap. So yes, thank you once again for taking time. All right, Calvin J. I think I'm gonna do a couple shots out. We're gonna get into a song just to kind of give you a heads up there. Appreciate you, Crypto Queen, and helping us out here too, and especially being one of the core team members too. It's an honor for you to bless us with your presence on these Sunday evenings. So thank you so much. And again, the co-op, can't thank you enough. And Left Brain, if you catch this recording, we appreciate you and your time here this evening. Let's see here. All DLD up crypto. I know I jack that up every time. You got to tell me how you pronounce that. But big shouts out to you. Kat with a K. Appreciate you coming through. Shiba Bling, it's good to see you. Shayla, good to see you. Morton P.ETH. Good to see you. Gabby, good to see you. Blackbeard, Clifford, Karthik J, what's up, my guy? John Michael Hammer, my guy also. Crypto Knight, Salty Bot, I might have shot you out. I'm going to shot you out again. Oh, appreciate you coming through. Dalton Simmons, Think Crypto 2.0, my freaking guy, Halp Shifter 1, appreciate you coming through. Crypto Nerd, appreciate you coming through. Fong Hang, appreciate you coming through too as well. Also Sheep Rider, I see you in the building. Sabotage, I see you in the building. Let's see here. Johnny Shib, great to see you, man. Appreciate you coming through. And everybody else that's been hanging in here with us this evening. Appreciate that 1,000,000%. I think we're gonna go ahead and get into a song here, then we're gonna get into some of this news. Calvin J, if you ready.
Absolutely, Bender. And yeah, you know, 'tis the season to fight all FUD. Fa la 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 la. I know I'm a little early and we still got turkeys, but it's gonna be okay. Cause we still the Shib Army. How about a freestyle for you? No, but honestly though, shout out to the co-op and everybody that's contributing to innovations in building. That's most definitely as clutch as you can be. The change that you want to see in the world. And if not for you, coach, if not for Bender, this is for all the sports fanatics. I hope that you all enjoy.